Change, celebrating success, our stories, our voices, Positively Black.
Well, with all the discussions around race and critical race theory, of course, there have been tough conversations for people to have, but a group of comics, they actually are cartoonists working for The New Yorker, are trying to kind of shift the conversation a little bit by injecting some humor. And they're having a magical display at a local theater in a local district and later on this month, and we're going to show you that right now.
Introducing the Anti-Racism Activity Book. It's chock full of 50-plus pages of fun activities, puzzles, and illustrations to color, all designed to show everyone how dumb racism is.
Brilliant. As you said, you laughed while you're crying inside, you know, for humanity. And I truly did. I was like laughing. I'm like, I should not be laughing at this, but it was very real and hard hitting. And I'm wondering if your whole approach to this was, you know, we've all been having these difficult conversations around race. Is this maybe something that can melt that ice a little bit?
I think it can. I mean, honestly, because the thing is, we do have a lot of difficult conversations about race. And I realize that from my point of view as a Black person, like I'm like, it's about time. But as white people, I know that there's a lot of white people who feel like it's a barrage. I'm trying to just create an avenue for conversation, just because I know it's hard for people to talk about it. And I don't like those conversations where everybody's like has their heels dug in and everybody's just yelling at the top of their lungs and nothing gets accomplished. I'm just trying to start to accomplish something, if possible.
This page is based on real facts that suck. ABC News published a list of the top 20 blackest sounding names. Help Alan find them so he can reject their resumes prematurely. Sorry, Deshaun.
The New Yorker, having been a reader for many, many years, was not known for its cartoonists of color. You started submitting work, you said, I think 2019.
Yeah.
And did you do that with a little bit of trepidation?
Of course, I did the easy thing first, where I started with just using like animals instead of like people. It's like the first like gentle step. Actually, that's the reason like I got connected with Victor, was because like our first comments got published in the same issue.
Number these races in order from best to worst. The answer is, I really hope you didn't try to number the races.
Tell me what the genesis for the book was.
The book was actually a project that I was working on personally. I was like, I would love to do a gallery exhibit with some of the art from the book, but I also wanted to work right alongside with other Black New Yorker cartoonists, because right now, yes, there's 4 of us, but this is the largest number of New Yorker Black cartoonists ever to exhibit together. And so I just wanted to make that happen. I love the New Yorker, but there's been no diversity in the cartoonists for many, many years. And so now I'm just like celebrating that we all exist. Everyone that I met with at the New Yorker, the cartoon staff especially, they've been 100% open to the idea, but they just, I don't think, knew where to start. And then we're helping them, and we're being part of that conversation about just how to get going and how to be more inclusive. As
soon as I saw the cover, I'm like, I know that cartoon. That was the cover that became such. It's probably pinned to many a computer screen and a memo board in many houses. That was your ode to the movement.
That was the original cartoon that I published with the New Yorker, directly responding to the murder of George Floyd. And then the reason that I used that for the cover of the book was because it's still true. Because at the time it was definitely like very specific to America, what happened with George Floyd. And now with the book, I'm just opening it up for the world, because there's racism all over the world that people are still coming to terms with, because George Floyd's death rang all over the world, really did.
When people walk out of this exhibit, what do you hope they take with them?
Conversation starters, and like for people who like didn't get the hint from the Black Lives Matter movement to like actually like dissect what's going on in the world. Simply put, just like empathy. Like they walk out with more empathy for people of color.
And the artwork from that Cartooning While Black exhibit is on display at the Chisama. It is down on the exhibit on West 23rd Street, and it's there until the first week of August. It's pretty amazing. The coloring book, the book itself, I thought initially was a kid's book, but I think it should be mandatory reading, required reading for everybody. And we are committed to bringing you positively Black stories every week right here on News 4.